Life cycle of a silk moth. A picture to know about it. First of all, female moth laid tiny eggs. Then from that eggs, caterpillars hatched out. Caterpillars feed on mulberry leaves for about 3 to 4 weeks. Each of them then spins a cocoon around itself. Then the caterpillar changes into a pupa inside the cocoon. Then after 3 to 4 weeks, the adult moth came out. So first we will know about the first stage, which is the egg. So egg is the first stage of a silkworm's life cycle. The female moth lays an egg about the size of an ink dot during summer or the early fall. The warmth of the spring stimulates the egg to hatch. The egg of Bombax mori is very small and hard structure, about the size of a pinhead and resembling a poppy seed. The eggshell provides a protective covering for embryonic development. When first laid, an egg light yellow, a fertile ovum darkness to a blue-gray within a few days. Eggs of a silk moth. Larva. The larva is the vegetative stage where growth takes place. The larva of Bombax mori, commonly called the silkworm, is host specific to mulberry leaves. During growth, the larva molts 4 times. The period between successive molts is called an instant. Young silkworms can only feed on tender mulberry leaves. During the growth phase, they can eat tougher mulberry leaves as well. The larval stage lasts about 27 to 30 days and silkworms goes through 5 growth stages called instars. During the first molting, the silkworm sheds all its hair and gains a smooth skin. Picture of a silkworm. Now we will know about the third stage, which is the pupa. As the silkworm prepares to pupate, it spins a protective cocoon. The silk cocoon serves as protection for the pupa. Cocoons are shades of white, cream and yellow depending on silkworm's genetics. After a final mold inside the cocoon, the larva develops into the brown chitin-covered structure called the pupa. Metamorphic changes of the pupa result in emerging moth. If the silkworm are allowed to mature and break through the cocoon, the silk would be rendered unless for commercial purposes. The end of the silk is then located and the cocoon unwound onto a spindle to be made into thread. Picture of a pupa. Extra information about silkworm. The silkworm, the Bombax mori, produces the silk of commercial importance. It is the caterpillar of a moth whose cocoon is used to make silk. This insect is also called the silkworm, moth and the mulberry silkworm. Male and female moths are flightless and lack functional mouth parts. The moths differ in morphological features. The female has a larger abdomen whereas the male has much larger pair of antennas. Information about cocoon. Cocoon is the stage in which the larva spins silk threads around it to protect itself from its predators. The color of the cocoon varies depending upon what the silkworm eats. It can range from white to golden yellow too. The second molting occurs inside the cocoon when larva turns into a brown pupa. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the pupa to metamorphose into the adult moth. What is a silkworm moth? The silkworm moth is an insect. It is large in size and white in color. The caterpillar or larva of the silkworm moth makes a cocoon during the pupa stage that humans use to make silk. The Chinese have harvested silk from silkworm cocoons for thousands of years. The silkworm moth has been domesticated to the point where it can no longer survive in the wild. The adult moth cannot eat or fly. It is native to northern China. Thank you for watching my animation. Animation made by Shruti Singh.